What is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to one of the more viral, debatable stories in gaming over the past couple of weeks, not just across the Portuguese scene where this has seen millions of views. Also, all you English speakers out there, this being covered by many outlets as a potential questionable ban by Twitch of a young talent in the gaming space known as Lucas. Now, Lucas is just 11 years old. He is, to this day, the youngest ever player to reach Radiant in the game of Valorant, which in itself, he's 11, and he's reached the top rank in Valorant. How do I begin to describe to you guys how crazy that is? I don't know. When I was 11, I don't even think I was playing Call of Duty yet, and that was like going for prestige was the hardest thing of all time. And yes, Lucas, he speaks Portuguese. I've actually been talking to his parents. They've been doing a lot of the translating for this stuff, which is really cool to see. Also really cool to see, if you guys want to see Lucas actually get Radiant, here that moment was. 11 years old.
Bora! Adiante! Adiante!
Adiante! Chegou!
Chegou!
Deixa eu ver aqui na live.
Oi? A minha vida é atrasada, tu não deixa ela seguir aqui?
Veio adiante.
So obviously, an absolutely incredible achievement. I think some people were even questioning, you're even old enough to play the game of Valorant, like an FPS shooter? And I'm not going to look into that. That's not what we're here about today, because now we're here about his success on Twitch. Twitch has had a lot of rising younger streamers out there like Lucas who are very young. Some might argue too young for the platform, which brings us to today's story where Lucas has now been banned on Twitch despite him having parental supervision. Let's think this out. Before you guys say anything, you can comment down below, but let's actually see his side of things. And I apologize for the lack of translation, but I just wanted to, it lets you guys see the message he has here. There will be a lack of translation, but hey guys, my Twitch channel got banned. This time we were doing everything right with the person in charge on the side of the moderation of the chat during the live. See, the kind of miscommunication is tough to tell the exact issue. We need your help to get in contact with them, so we hope to resolve this.
Oi pessoal, aqui é o Sabininha, passando pra avisar que fui banida de novo na Twitch. Eu tô bem triste com isso.
So it's the kid Lucas. Sorry, next to both his parents. I've actually spoken with both his mom and his dad. That is the parental supervision in this case, which right there alone, you see 700,000 views, 50,000 likes. I posted about this, 700,000 views, 34,000 likes. And pretty much just tried to brief the story for everyone involved. I've had some email conversations back and forth between the parents while I covered this story. This is Lucas, a Brazilian Valorant streamer. As I've told you guys, he has been banned on Twitch for his age. And what I was told from his parents is they did admit ignorance in all of this. You know, they admitted that, okay, when we first started streaming, we had no idea Twitch had any age rules. And as you guys can see, they do indeed, as they even have a section on their webpage for children on Twitch saying, in order to register for a Twitch account, you must be at least 13 years of age. If you are the parent or legal guardian of a child under 13 who has become a Twitch service member, you contact this email to try and deactivate the account. There's nothing on there saying parental supervision gets you a pass. Allows you to bypass their rules. So the main argument that people have been asking, and they have been preaching to the community, is does parental supervision give you some sort of, you know, ability to do this under the age of 18? Which a lot of people in support of Lucas say yes. If he's always in front of his parents, this should totally be okay. The vice versa is many people saying, hey, rules are rules. There's a reason why Twitch has these rules in place. I'm not even sure they're the ones that decide the age rules, but it's also beyond that. They have a set rule. Beyond that, though, there are a lot of issues when it comes to minors streaming on these platforms. Twitch themselves have been under fire for the predatory practices that go on their website, especially involving underage streamers. And this was a viral case. And this was also an incredible article, an incredible read. I encourage you guys to do so, by Cecilia D'Anastasio. And I always say her name fast because it's a tricky name, but Cecilia does amazing work, especially on a lot of things ongoing with Twitch. Child predators use Twitch to systematically track kids while live streaming. And it goes on to describe how a lot of these kids out there and underage people, they'll find ways to make Twitch accounts and go live. And there are predators. And I'm not just talking about a couple. There are people that literally will search the site for underage streamers, because that's how creepy people are. And that's how big of an issue it is in a time like now. So that's the heavy counter argument to all of this. And I understand both sides. I truly understand how it can be naive for a family to say, hey, like I'm watching my kids. All they're doing is streaming. We're both here the whole time. And they've seen the success that Lucas has. You know, thousands of people have seen the success. Hundreds of thousands have seen this story alone. So it's probably tough to give up an early on career for the kid. But vice versa, there's also clear rules in place for distinct reasons. I had the pleasure of speaking with this family who admit ignorance and not knowing Twitch's rules, as they were previously banned and unbanned without much detail and had streamed with parental supervision for 4 months before being banned again. And I go on to describe, they've actually told me a lot about Lucas. He has a really, really cool story, really cool kid, and obviously absolutely cracked at the game of Valorant. But I leave you guys here, and what do we think about this? We have an absolutely viral streamer at the age of 11 years old, is going viral and is one of the best in the game, which is insane to think about. He has a really bright future, and he's certainly taken off, but should he be allowed to stream on a site where very clearly the rules state he's not of age yet? And how can you hang on to that semblance of, you know, virality or notoriety whilst you're 11 years old? I believe you can actually do some of this stuff on YouTube, you know, make content with your parents on YouTube to try and stay relevant. There are other channels out there who have underage streamers with parents also involved, also on Twitch, which again draws the question of where that line is. There are these family channels on Twitch that are made by the parents but involve the kids, but because the parents are kind of the focal point, it's kind of okay. And we know that Twitch rides this very weird line. So we'll see if they get a response. If they do, I'll share it with all of you guys. What do you think about Lucas? Should he be allowed to stream or not? Till next time, take care. 4:35 p.m. Yeah.